Oh, the sounds of it, huh? Welcome back to Today. Australians are waking up to the news that Brian Wilson, co-creator of the Beach Boys, has passed away aged 82.
We come on this loop, John B., my grandfather and me.
God only knows what I'd do without God only knows what I'd God only knows without Coca, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take it to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama.
I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me the excitation. If everybody
So many good tunes.
so many.
And Dickie joins us now on the desk to discuss this incredible legacy. I mean, Brian not only started the band, of course, he was the mastermind behind everything.
Well, he and his two brothers, the Wilson brothers, but he was the man. You know, he wrote the songs, he arranged the songs, he produced the records in the studio. That was his beautiful falsetto voice, leading those harmonies. But yeah, it is impossible to over-exaggerate the impact that he has had and is still really having on popular music as we know and love it. You know, their rivalry with the Beatles. You know, there was Pet Sounds and Sgt. Pepper's and on either sides of the world. But you know, he was there, and he. Strangely enough, though, he was a deeply troubled person. When the Beach Boys would go on tour, they'd go on tour and sing Surfin' USA, and Brian would stay home in the studio and make Pet Sounds, like on his own, all those great songs.
I mean, there's the simple, much like the Beatles, there's some simple stuff at the start. Like
I Want to Hold Your Hand, Surfin' USA.
You know, cashing in on the whole, you know, movement towards California. And then the complexity of Pet Sounds, which said so much about his mind.
Well, Good Vibrations, you listen to that, it's just, you know, it's such a complicated song. And he was, you know, over every bar of that, and songs like, wouldn't it be nice that we, you know, that we play God Only Knows, that we sing along to every time we watch Love Actually
at Christmas.
Yes.
But he, you know, I met him a couple of times. He was a very complicated guy. You know that saying, the lights are on but there's no one home? I remember I remember walking out of an interview with him thinking, the lights are on, there is someone home, it's just not him.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So he was just so preoccupied by his art.
Yeah, he was
damaged.
He was really damaged. He was. Yeah, he had a very controversial psychologist, a guy called Eugene Landy, for many years, who pretty much took over his life. Very controversial treatments. He was his mentor, his collaborator, even. It was. Gee whiz.
I'd love to hear some of that interview later on.
I would too.
Can't remember what you asked.
I remember it was one of those times when you ask him something and you think he's finished, and we've all had these moments, and he starts talking again. But for him, it was like maybe 2 or 3 seconds later. So it was quite
It's obvious,
it was quite a pirouette to talk to him. But he was deeply, you know, I love songwriters, as you know, and deeply fascinated too.
Deeply flawed, deeply fascinating.
There you go.
Deeply talented.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dickie.
Thank you, mate. We'll